Prepper Bois, do spades. We gotta survive, yeah, we gotta survive. To stay alive, yeah, to stay alive. You better be ready, or you better be steady. No, you don't be pathetic. It can happen. Prepper Bois, you just gotta watch it all. It can happen. Prepper Bois, when the back's against the wall. It can happen. Prepper Bois, and there's no one left to call. It can happen. Prepper Bois, it can happen any minute.
Prepper Bois! Welcome to episode number 6 of the Prepper Bois Podcast. What up, Jordan?
What's up?
I'm Ryan.
Not
it's hard
much,
to,
apparently.
Yeah, it's weird to say your own name, to say I am this person when you're just in a room by yourself.
I mean, yeah, you're by yourself, but you're not at the same time.
You're right.
Because your house is haunted.
I've also got my prepping family here with me. That makes me feel pretty good. Anyways, what you been up to, boy?
Just working. I just got home from work.
You love working, don't you?
Oh, yeah, work these fingers to the bones,
Yeah.
boy.
You're like a little slave.
I mean, no, not really, but... I sit at a desk all day, so...
You're a slave to the man. You're just a corporate figurehead.
No.
Yeah. You know what I've been getting into here lately?
Meth?
Making candy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What kind?
Just chocolate, man.
Oh. So you're probably just taking chocolate from the store, melting it down, and reshaping it?
No, sir. Using cocoa butter and coconut oil. You mix that together. You mix in your cocoa powder. You mix in
using the, what did you say, cocoa butter or coconut?
Cocoa butter and
okay.
coconut oil.
Oh, okay, so you can kind of make it a little rigid.
Rigid?
Yeah, that's what the coconut oil does. Like, whenever you do the chocolate on Sundays that hardens, that coconut oil is what causes that.
Oh, whoa, cool advice. So yeah, I do those, and then I mix a little lacquer powder in it. That makes it silky smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna get some molds, and I'm gonna inject some shit in there. So a little bit of ganache, a little bit of mousse, a little bit of peanut, a little bit of PB, peanut butter, Prepper Bois. You know?
Yeah.
You got both.
That sounds. What are you gonna do with it? Are you going to eat it, or are you gonna give it away?
You know what? So I've been just letting some people test it. Really, I'm doing it for some attention.
As with everything you do.
Yeah.
So is that why we have a podcast now? Is because you're listening to one? You're like, I can do that. I can do that.
No, man. I mean, that's part of it. I think we'd be good at it. And I think we've got interesting things to say.
I don't know if it's interesting, but we have things to say.
So yeah, right now I'm just giving the candy to people, and then I think that what I might do is I know a couple people who sells things at the farmers markets around here. So might just give them a couple handfuls, just to try to get some of that money back, make more. But it made me think about it. So chocolate itself actually doesn't last for very long once you've used it to make something. It's like the shelf life's like 2 years depending on how you store it.
Yeah.
But it's super it's a super versatile medium to put stuff into. What sort of stuff could you put in to make like a good survival bar?
Say it again.
Like, what kind of stuff could you put into a chocolate bar to make like a good like survival bar, like a survival chocolate bar?
It just depends on what shelf life you're shooting for, because anything with fats and stuff like that are going to go rancid pretty quickly. That's why with any sort of food prep with canning and stuff, they always suggest getting out as much fat as you can.
Well, I mean, there doesn't have to be fat in it, though.
Well, maybe some sort of cocoa, like a dark chocolate or cocoa powder, could possibly make some pemmican taste a little bit better.
I don't want that. No,
why?
Listen, you're not listening to what the question. The question is, what could I add to this chocolate bar to make it good, like, nutrients-wise?
That's what I'm saying is you can add the chocolate, kind of thinking a different way, add the chocolate to something else, not necessarily add something to the chocolate because you don't want the chocolate to be your main.
Yeah,
Uh,
I do.
okay. Well, then just add some oats, man, and you're good.
Just oats.
Yeah, do whatever you want. Because you will anyways.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what I would tell you. I could tell you, oh, get this quinoa, get
Well,
this
I'm not
chia
gonna. First of all, I'm
seeds,
not gonna put fucking
get
quinoa.
these flax
I'm not
seeds,
gonna put
and then you're
flax
like,
into
nah,
my
I'm just gonna
chocolate
do jelly
bar.
beans.
I'm just thinking of more of like the obvious thing, but is also the dumb thing to do would be to just grind up vitamins into the chocolate bar.
You are literally starting to talk about the plot of a episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Charlie's making energy balls. It's actually he's making stuff to make people go to sleep because it's at one of those dance contests. They're supposed to last for days.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. That would be the obvious dumb answer.
You really are the real life Charlie Kelly.
I don't mean to be. So yeah, I don't know. I've just been doing that, just fucking around with that because it's just kind of fun.
I said Charlie Kelly or Charlie Day. I can never remember which one is his real name.
I think his real name is Charlie Day. Yeah.
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 We did it.
Yeah.
We got it right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That's just what I've been doing here lately, just learning about all sorts of fun stuff like that. And I've been really looking at been getting really into the candy wrapper game here lately. Just trying to find out the best way to do it. And so, yeah, if you live by me, you might see some candies of mine showing up at the farmers markets.
Or on Facebook Marketplace.
I just sell candy bars on the Facebook Marketplace.
I mean, down here, whenever spring and summer hits, that's pretty much the majority of stuff that people sell on there. It's like seafood plates, like, call to get, your shrimp or your crawfish, which I really want to do because that stuff looks really good. And it is going to be good.
I always see crawfish, like crawfish boils, and it looks so awesome, but I know that I don't like it. I know that I don't. But I always see it and
Have
think
you
I want
had
to
it
go.
before?
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of crawfish. It's just too much work.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot of work, but if you get the bigger ones and not the little crappy ones they get from China, it's good.
Yeah, but I mean, for way less effort, you could just buy some shrimp and coat it with the same stuff. And
I mean, you could also buy the crawfish too. You can, well, at least down here, Walmart carries crawfish boils and shrimp boils in the frozen food section that you just have to thaw out.
But I don't want to have to peel all the shit.
Yeah, but you can find that where the meat's already out.
I want the meat. I don't want the meat to be out.
No, I mean out of the shell.
Why would I just buy a
Why would
bag
they
of
give you the
crawfish
shells? Why would they?
shells?
Oh, we're gonna have this food product that is inedible.
That reminds me, this week's episode of Prepper Bois Podcast is sponsored by Just Shells. Just Shells is a marketplace for all of your old shells. Just
For
load up
$50 a month.
Just load up your shells and send them in. Use promo code.
Are they a platinum or a gold level sponsor?
They're a platinum. And if you use promo code Robert De Niro, you'll get 10% off your first order.
Your first box shipment.
All right, Jordan, let's check the doomsday clock.
Let's check the doomsday clock.
There's just no other way to intro that anymore. Let's check the doomsday clock. Jordan, what's going on?
Well, it depends on what doomsday clock you're talking about. Because there's also a comic book series called Doomsday Clock.
What's happening in that?
I don't know. I just found it on Google.
Yeah, I mentioned that last time, that whenever I search for stories, it's just shit about that fucking shit comic book. Can we also talk? This is news. Who gives a shit? Have you seen Avengers: Infinity Wars?
No, the last Marvel movie I watched was Iron Man 2, I believe.
Okay, well, I didn't see it either because I'm a grown-up. But look, why are people so upset about this pretend thing that didn't actually happen?
I have no idea what you're referencing.
Like, I guess all of them die, like, or like half of them die or something. The bad guy wins. And then when I was talking with somebody about it, because I just read the spoilers online, I don't give a fuck. And when I was asking somebody about it, they're like, well, they're all dead, but actually kind of not. Like, they're going to get undone in the next one. So then, like, why are you upset?
And that's also really shitty storytelling. You know what? We're going to kill them off, but they're not actually dead, and we're probably not going to show anyway. We're just going to be like, oh, they actually didn't die. Here they are.
Well, that's not even the point. Is they're toys. They're toys for children.
Oh, they're actually comic book characters, but
they're toys. They're action figures. It's just so fucking dumb.
Then don't watch it.
I don't, but I have to hear everybody talking about it.
Well, that was a short conversation.
I know how the Jews feel now, being persecuted.
You're doing the persecuting, asshole.
I'm the Romans.
Like, by the way, we are not anti-Semitic in any way. Just wanted to throw that out there.
No. I don't have any problem with Jews. I love the Jews. Big fan. I want to marry a Jewish woman. I've told you that.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, so let's talk about news stuff this week. South Korea and North Korea are pretty good friends, I guess.
Yeah, I still have my theory that this is all going to be a long con, that Kim Jong-un is trying to, get everybody on his side, and he's like, yay, America, because he's talking about wanting to bring, more Americanized things into North Korea. I think it's just him trying to, we can make some money doing this, and then turn everything around and try to take over South Korea.
I'm not worried about it. I think that's just us as people, like, wired to, like, drum up drama, I feel like.
No, I think it's just I don't trust anybody who has been trying to kill. Like, I wouldn't trust anybody who's been trying to kill me for the last 50 years, and all of a sudden they're like, you know what? Hey, let's be friends.
But I mean, have they really been trying to kill us?
Not us. I'm talking about South Korea.
Have they really been trying to kill them?
I mean, not necessarily actively trying, unless you consider the nuclear test and all that stuff actively trying, because, what else were they going to do with it?
I don't think that's the case.
Well, I do.
I think it's just, that's why...
My opinion is more right than yours.
No, that's why, if you ever watch a show like Friends or Scrubs, for example, you need the back and forth between them. You can't just let the couple get together. Nobody likes that.
So Kim Jong-un is the janitor?
Kim Jong-un is Ross, and South Korea is
No,
Rachel.
I'm talking about with Scrubs.
Oh.
I've never seen Friends. I'm an
Okay.
adult.
Kim Jong-un is JD, and South Korea is Elliot.
Okay.
And, they can't just, when they get together, like, when you watch Scrubs, you're like, oh, I hope they get together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they get together, and it would be boring if it was just these two people are happy. You gotta fuck it up.
Would JD be North Korea and the janitor be Kim Jong-un stepping in between them?
No.
And fucking shit up.
Because the janitor doesn't really get in the way of that. He's just always mean to JD.
Yeah, he's more anti-JD.
Yeah. Like, he's got a crush on Elliot, but that's not really anything to do with anything else. So that's my take on it. That's my hot take for the day. You guys don't want North Korea and South Korea to be friends because it would make your life boring. That's the hot take for today.
Oh, I still disagree with you. I think Kim Jong-un has a long game that he's playing, and I don't think it'll work out for him, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, okay.
I did find something else in the news.
What's up?
Well, number one, I don't know if anybody listening has ever, or if anyone listening is a Bigfoot movie connoisseur, you may know who Rick Montana is. He made a movie called Search for the Beast in 1997, and in the last few years has created a sequel called Return of the Beast, where he created, directed, starred, edited, all that good stuff. He actually recently passed away, and it was kind of sad. He was one of those people that, one of our mutual friends, Ryan, the Duke, he found the movie on eBay for a penny. He bought it. We turned it into a drinking game. Found Rick on Facebook, ended up becoming friends with him on there, and kind of spoke to him a little bit, and then just found out that he died. And it's pretty sad. But also in the news, authorities in Arkansas say a man is under investigation for claiming he tracked Bigfoot for the U.S. government, but was then arrested for child pornography.
Where did that happen at?
It was in Arkansas. The Northwest Arkansas Democrat Gazette reported on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet. Which brings us to our next segment of the show, Jordan.
Yay.
Hey, what does this thing do?
Hey, what does this thing do? Today what I want to talk about is the Click and Grow Smart Garden. Do you know anything about that, Jordan?
I have no idea.
It's pretty fucking awesome, actually. So what the Click and Grow Smart Garden is, and this isn't an ad. Fuck, I wish it was an ad. I wish they would sponsor us. These things are fucking cool. They're cool as hell.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. So these are little indoor garden things. How would you even describe what it looks like? It's just like a little, I don't know, not a bucket.
Well, it says it's NASA-inspired smart soil, so it's kind of, you could say futuristic-esque.
It's like a very futuristic-looking little counter box thing, and what you do
is that water and light that comes out of the thing on top?
I think that it does mist some water out of it. I think it does both.
A modular lamp arm that has updated LED grow lights.
Yes. And so what it is, it's like a little planter box basically, and it's got a little LED light over top of it, and then it comes with little pods, just little seed pods. And it's already got the soil and everything in them. And so you just click them in, and it fucking does the rest for you, and it grows little stuff. Now, a lot of them only grow like herbs, which I'm not interested in. But
that's what I am interested in.
But see, there are bigger ones that will grow some actual food, like beans and...
oh, yeah, like this. They have the Smart Garden 9, which is it looks like they have like lettuce and tomatoes in there, and then they've got the wall farm.
Right, exactly. And so I'm fucking stoked about those, dude. I think those are so sick. And that's the thing. I mean, there's got to be bigger ones, right? I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't make a bigger one. Because most of these are pretty small. I mean, what would you say the biggest one is? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Let's look at specs.
The big one.
Well, it's $150 versus the $74 for the smaller one.
Yeah. Trying to see how long it is. Doesn't say.
It is 605 millimeters long by 185 millimeters wide.
Are you talking about the Smart Garden 9?
Yeah.
24 inches long by 8 inches tall. 15 inches. Wait. What is it? Oh, well, 28 inches long, 8 inches wide, 16 inches tall.
And it looks like it's adjustable because it says between 400 and 590 millimeters on the height.
Oh, okay, yeah. And so those are fucking awesome. And I want to get some, but they are expensive. And then they also have, so they have the pods that you can buy that are pre-filled and all that. Yeah. But then they also sell some that are what they call experimental pods, and they say that because I think that's just a legal thing on their end, because I think that they can't guarantee that it'll work with your seeds, so it's like experimental, but they're just they're little soil pods that you can stick your own seeds into and try to grow stuff.
All you have to do is add the seed of your choice.
Right. But those things are awesome, and I think they're super awesome for prepping purposes.
Yeah, especially if you're like more urban area and didn't have like a backyard or a side yard or even a front yard to really do something like that.
Right, yeah.
That'd be a good idea, good choice.
Yeah, and even for all year round too, you can grow stuff. So
Yeah.
if you live further up north where, you just don't have as long of a nice period of time outdoors to do that stuff. You just be growing cilantro and shit. Not that I would want really the herbs and stuff. But if you're somebody who's into like legitimate, like you are, like can prepping, those things would come in super handy to have that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is I don't think you'd really be able to harvest as much stuff to be able to preserve it. Because I mean, just looking at the pictures and the size of it with people, trimming, it looks like it's one of those things that, you're probably just going to get enough stuff for you to use as it's being, grown.
Well, what I mean though is using like if you were doing it for herbs and stuff like that, you could use it to like cook chicken or
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you could also
soups or
dry
stuff like
them,
that.
and
Yeah,
dry them and store them.
yeah. But I would imagine that there has to be a bigger one. I would like to find a bigger one that's a similar thing. And like you said too, especially if you're in urban areas, that's the thing. What I want to find is one.
Well,
That's
the actual wall one is pretty big. I mean, it is like $1,300.
right. What can you Can you grow big ass shit with it?
I mean, I would imagine. I mean, you can click on it and look. It looks like it's probably 6 or so feet tall and probably 4 or 5 feet wide.
Yeah. I'm seeing. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this, I'm seeing a bunch of different ones too.
Yeah, we're looking at www.clickandgrow.com. That's CLICKANDGROW.com. In case anybody listening wants to actually look at it and not hear us shittily talk about
Explain
it.
how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, those are pretty awesome. I just wanted to talk about those. Maybe get Click and Grow to throw us a sponsorship. Throw me a fucking free Smart Garden 9, bro.
Or even the little one.
Yeah, throw me a little herb garden kit. Those would be dope too.
Come on, does Smart Garden have an Instagram?
Oh,
You can start posting your boxes on there, and
Yeah, we'll post your shit on there. Come on, man. What are you doing? So yeah, those are pretty awesome. And I've been looking at a lot of other stuff like that too, just indoor growing of food. And it can't be that hard because fucking every child in the world right now is growing marijuana in their homes.
I don't know about every child, but I'm sure there are a lot.
Yeah, more children are growing marijuana in their homes than I am growing plants in mine.
I just want to do a shout out to Apex Tactical Resources on Instagram. They just followed us as we were recording. So,
Oh, sick. What do they
I don't know if
do?
anybody. Well,
Let's read their bio out.
all right, let's do that.
This is a new segment on the show. This is called the Instagram shout out.
Apex Tactical Resources Incorporated is a business that specializes in outdoor equipment, survival, and preparedness goods. ApexTacticalResources.com.
Oh, hell yeah. Apex Tactical Resources.
I just followed them back.
Oh, yeah. So, if you guys want to check them out, you can look them up on Instagram, or you can just check our Instagram, see who we're following, and then you can just throw them a follow too.
See, and if people start giving us sponsorships and stuff, we won't be giving any more free airtime to these people unless they pay. So give us free stuff. I was gonna say, I was at a bar one time and this guy was wearing a cheetah print t-shirt, and I just went up to him and was like, "So did you lose a bet?" And he's like, "Nah, man, it's fashion." So I just laughed at him and walked away. I know he was trying to sound cool because his friends were there, and he's like, "No, it's called fashion." But like when somebody laughs in your face after you say that, you can't feel good.
Dude, that's so awesome. Well, we actually had a guest. We had an interview. Our first
heard.
interview. You weren't
And I
able to
did
be
not.
there.
I was at work.
Yep. And we had tried to set it up to where we could both talk to him, but it just wasn't really happening. It's a lot of back and forth. And then finally it just got to a point where I was just like, you know what, I'm annoyed with this. I'm just going to do it myself. And
Wasn't it more or less schedules couldn't meet up?
yeah, it was a bit of that. It was a bit of also I would say, hey, how about this time? And then by the time they'd get back to me, that time would be past us. So there was a lot of
That tends to happen.
yes, there was a lot of different things like that going on with it. But I finally did get it set up, and I did go ahead and interview a man by the name of Tim Shoemaker.
Hello, Tim.
He was an author, or is an author. He still is. He's not
He
dead.
was. he dropped it after the interview.
This is the new. Yeah, that's actually what it was. He did the interview, and he was like, "Fucking, this isn't worth it. If being
Fuck these guys.
being an author is this shit, not interested." So anyway, so Tim Shoemaker wrote a book called Screwed Up World, and it's a book about some teenagers
I like
living.
the title. Screwed Up World. Let's just get straight to it.
Yeah, so it's a story about some teenagers who are trying to survive a zombie apocalypse. It's not really what we're about
Did you
here.
ask him why teenagers?
I did. I asked him pretty
Oh.
good questions, I felt like. Fuck, what was I going to say? I had a good thing to say just then. So zombie apocalypse is not really our wheelhouse. It is something that we like. I think that we both personally like those things.
Because
that
if you can
genre.
survive the zombie apocalypse, you can survive anything.
Yeah, but that's not true.
It is.
It'd be easier to survive a zombie apocalypse, I feel like, than it would be to survive a world that's plagued by radiation.
It would be easier to survive in the sense that, you don't necessarily have to worry about radiation. Yes, that is true. But I guess you would have to worry about radiation because the nuclear power plants and stuff would go down, and anything that in that wheelhouse would, go down. So you are going to have to deal with that stuff. You would have meltdowns of plants and whatnot.
Right. But also, a zombie apocalypse isn't real. It can't actually happen.
No, but that's why they say
I mean,
the
if that's
zombie
the case, then we
apocalypse.
should be fucking preparing for witch takeover. Witches are going to take over.
witch.
How are you going to survive
A
when the
witch
witches
takeover.
take over,
Yeah,
Jordan?
but that's magic.
So are
You
zombies.
can't defend against magic.
Anyway, the point is, zombies are not typically. That's not our bag usually here on this show. We do enjoy it
Speak
in
for
real
yourself.
life. In real life, we do like it, but it's not really the point of this podcast. But I thought, this would be my. Let me ask you. Let's play a little role playing here, okay, Jordan?
Sexy.
I'm an author, and you're you. You're just you as normal. I'm an author,
that's-
and I say to you,
That
Jordan.
sucks.
Jordan. Okay, you're
Yeah.
okay. I am an author. You are my agent.
Okay,
Okay.
that's better.
So yeah, I think that I maybe for my next book I want to write about the zombie apocalypse.
Huh. So tell me, author, do you know anything about the zombie apocalypse or survival in general?
No, I don't. Do you think that's going to be important for a book like this?
Maybe you should look into it.
Right. So that's how you think that conversation would go, right?
Yeah.
What we found out is that's not really the case here with Tim.
Oh, really?
So I'm gonna just play you the interview, and you can let me know what you think about it. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Jordan. Well, we actually have our first guest.
Oh, man,
on the
it's
Prepper Bois
terrible
podcast
already.
today. Author Tim Shoemaker. Tim, how you doing, man?
Oh, not bad. How about you?
Doing all right.
Simple
So,
guy.
Tim, your latest book, Screwed Up World, about a zombie apocalypse. Is that something thought about a lot in your life, or is it just sort of a popular thing right now, and that's what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's pretty much a popular thing right now. I mean, I really don't. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It could be a possibility that you could actually have
I see what you're saying now.
I mean, you give them with everything that you have, you know, with all the chemicals and everything else in the world.
Chemicals turning the frogs gay.
Yeah, I like that. That's his thing. Mostly, it's just popular right now.
I mean, at least he's honest.
Yeah, that's true. But then
Because it's probably what most people who are doing anything with any sort of zombie movie, comic, or whatever. I mean, other than The Walking Dead, because it kind of started the whole comic aspect of it, but or graphic novel for the nerds out there. But everything else is basically just like, I'm gonna get on a bandwagon.
yeah, and so that's just how we start. So let's just keep going.
No, but no, I've been watching a lot of zombie movies, and I think that's the reason why I decided to write a book.
Oh, okay, I got you. So is that fair to say that you're a fan of that sort of subculture of fantasy stuff like that? Then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was kind of the genesis of this idea for you?
What does that mean?
Well, after watching all these zombie movies, there's no actual kids in this thing, and I was thinking
That's not true.
If the kids had the actual skills for this kind of
Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse,
they could probably survive. So I figured I'd write a book based on a child, like a teenager, actually waking up into a zombie apocalypse.
Wait, pause it. What skills do teenagers just inherently have?
Well,
that
hold
could
on.
them?
Hold on. He's going to tell you what skills teenagers have. Just hold on. He gets to that.
Given his story, as he wrote it, as he was supposedly living it,
Mm-hmm.
and how he tried to survive.
So what kind of research did you do for it? Is this something that you've ever wondered what you would do in this situation?
Well, yeah, pretty much. But, I mean, I really didn't go into any research to do this. I mean, I was just like, there has to be some kind of skills for any kid. I mean, they go to karate sometimes. Sometimes they go out hunting with their parents or what have you.
Maybe kids from West Virginia, Arkansas, and Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's his two things. They know karate.
And they know how to hunt.
All kids know karate, and sometimes they go hunting. So I think they'll be fine.
Granted, right now, I mean, with the friends that I have, growing up and ones that I met in college, he is kind of nailing it because that is exactly how my friends are. They were either into martial arts or hunting or both. So
what you're telling
us,
us
for that.
What you're telling us is that this book is just a book about Duke, basically.
Yes. Oh God, I wish he would listen to this. I haven't told him about the podcast yet, but I need, because I'm trying to anything that we get, I want it to be organic.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be getting friends and family oh, you got to come and like this, and you got it. So I haven't told anybody about it, but I want to tell him because this book is about him.
All right, I'll keep the interview going.
All right.
What would you say then? What are the activities that kids should be doing to prepare for something like this? If you had to build the perfect teenager to survive the apocalypse,
build the perfect.
What
teenager.
skills do they have?
Long, muscly arms.
Yeah, and let me just say that I know that question is fucking stupid.
You probably thought right now, what shit did I just get into?
But that's the thing, though. I was expecting that it'd be oh yeah, I was expecting to have a conversation that would be oh yeah, so I just looked at sort of what would you actually do to survive an apocalypse, and what would a kid do, because a kid doesn't have as many resources as maybe an adult does, so how are they going to get by with what they actually have? And so I started to think about those things. No, his response to it was, could kids survive a zombie apocalypse? Well, they know karate. So
yeah, I mean, but you got to think he may not have that much interview experience, so I can't fault the guy for that.
Yeah, and again, I'm not. Listen, he's a fine guy, and the book seems fine, but it's just if
I mean, I'm
just,
interested in reading it.
It just wasn't quite what the agent sort of led me to believe this
Okay.
person
Well,
is
I mean,
applicable for our podcast. Here we go. Here's more.
Well, the ones that in my book, they mostly have like either like karate skills, gun skills because of the
gun
hunting,
skills.
with their parents and stuff like that. But it's not, they make their own mistakes and try to live and hide away from the zombies.
Ooh, now that's an interesting take. Avoidance, you don't really see that much because they usually try to go into like town and scavenge and do all that, and there is a little bit of it, but they usually try to form a plan. But I do like the idea of them just trying to like hide out in the woods and not be in contact with anything.
Right, and so that was sort of where I went next with it, and this is how he followed that up.
What they did in the book, they kind of run from it and hide from them. I mean, because they don't have the strength or what have you to kill them if they have to.
They can do a bunch of jump kicks.
But, if they band together, they can actually probably kill at least a couple of them at a time. But, they don't really have that much skill.
Wait. They don't have that much skill, so we're just gonna solve the problem of them being overskilled by saying that they're more yellow belt than black belt. They fired a gun 3 times. That's it.
Yeah.
They killed a bird outside. They chopped the chicken's head off for dinner. They're not as skilled.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like the whole thing is
the kids are skilled, but they're not that skilled.
I think a kid.
Don't get carried away now. Let's stay in, the realm of reality.
Don't forget, these kids are just kids. I mean, they're skilled, but for like a kid, so not that much skill.
Like they're half the size of a human. They have half the skill.
Do necessary things, but but they do find adults along the way in the book, to help them out and so forth. So I mean,
Yeah. So when we started, he said that he thought, could kids survive this? Well, yeah, they could because they know karate.
They've got skills. They know karate and gun skills.
But they try to hide, but they're not that skilled.
And
so
it's not like they can really kill these things.
Yeah, and so then they meet up with adults and everything's fine. So.
Oh, is that what he said? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's basically what he was just saying there. That they meet up with, they band together, they kill a couple of them, and then they meet up with some adults. That's all.
So why would I read this book if you just told me the ending?
Well, apparently the moral of the story is just find an adult and learn karate.
I mean,
wait, hold on. The moral of the story is
learn karate and find an adult.
When karate fails, just find an adult.
I mean, if this is geared to like a children's book for little kids, like, My Own Zombie or something, then yeah, like the moral of the story is find an adult because, they can probably help you.
Listen, the moral of the story is whatever you can't jump kick your way out of, an adult will take care of. When you
can't jump kick your way through life's problems, find an adult.
Oh my God.
I do want to read this book though. I really wish he would have sent us a couple copies.
Yeah, I asked about it. That's typically
because
I
would have definitely read it beforehand, even if I didn't get to be in on the interview.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like have a better idea. But you know what? That's for other people. Hey, if you want to talk to us, send us your stuff beforehand.
Yeah, that usually helps an interview go a little bit better.
A little smoother.
You can kind of know what to talk about. So anyways, yes, that was our first foray into having people on the show.
And just so everyone knows, we were not trying to like rip into him or anything. That was all lighthearted banter between Ryan and I. It does sound very interesting. I will be looking for the book to see if I can get a copy of it.
Well, so anyways, the book is called Screwed Up World by Tim Shoemaker. You can find it at booksbyshoemaker66.com. All right, Jordan, getting to the end of the show. You know what that means.
Let's wrap this up.
No, I don't.
Dude, don't talk. You can't talk when I play the thing.
I say you just keep it rolling.
All right, well, what did we learn about today?
If you learn karate and if you got gun skills, you can meet up with adults later on.
That's true. That's very
That
true.
and there was a guy searching for Bigfoot who liked to diddle kids or something.
Yeah.
He liked to look at child porn.
Yeah. And also, I want one of those fucking smart click and grow things, man.
Yeah, click and grow. I'll take a Smart Garden 9.
Yep. And I want
Or
one of them
3.
wall gardens. I want one of them wall ones.
I'll take 3 of the Smart Garden 9s. I'll take a wall garden and a Smart Garden 3.
Yep, and then send me a bunch of the pods. Whatever kind's fine. I'll grow whatever.
We're
you
just
send
going to
me.
get an email that says nope.
Be great if they emailed us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for episode number 6 of the Prepper Boys podcast. Remember, if you want to reach out to us, you can do that at prepperboys@gmail.com. Check us out on Twitter at Prepper Boys, or find us on Instagram. What's our name on Instagram?
Prepper Boys?
All right, and then you can also find us on Facebook. Just search the Prepper Boys podcast. Jordan, we've actually had a pretty good amount of listeners here recently. Well, I mean, not crazy numbers, but it's getting there. We're going.
That's awesome.
So, reach out to us. Let us know what you guys think. If you check us out through iTunes, remember to subscribe to it and, rate us. Not gotten any ratings as far as I've seen yet. But
I'll give it a thumbs up.
I don't think you can. I think it's only emoji reactions.
I'm doing it right now. I'm giving it a thumbs up, so don't tell me what I can and can't do, you son of a bitch.
All right, well, on that, we're going to go ahead and call this one. Thanks so much for listening. We'll be back again next week with more fun news, more things to talk
Prepper
about for
Boys.
all of you guys. Jordan, what are you going to end this with?
Go to school, don't do drugs, and learn karate.
Prepper Boys, do Spain. We gotta survive, yeah, we gotta survive. To stay alive, yeah, to stay alive. You better be ready, or you better be steady. No, you don't be pathetic. It can happen. Prepper Boys, you just gotta watch it all. It can happen. Prepper Boys, when your back's against the wall. It can happen. Prepper Boys, when there's no one left to call. It can happen. Prepper Boys, it can happen.